Hello YouTube, so today I'm making this video to inform you on some of the characters that will be appearing in my next project. And also because I need to upload a proper video content because a few days ago, YouTube repealed some of my powers as a creator because of my inactivity. So thank you for that YouTube, I appreciate that. So if you didn't know, I'm currently working on a Glitchtale comic series that would act as a fourth season, so it's roughly around 5 years after season 2. I'll also go a little bit into the plot. But before I do that, I need to mention that this concept that I forged requires me to break canon a little bit. So it's nothing major, but it does change some things regarding the season 3 era. I'll explain all of it in the video, but I guess like everything considered, it shouldn't matter too much since we're getting the Hunter series instead of the third season. So yeah, but with that out of the way, now let's get into the discussion. So the first thing I did was change Evol's design. Yeah, he has hair now, so it's nothing too special, and I just thought his last design was a little bland, so I changed it. And to avoid any confusion, this guy and this guy are the same person. Okay, so hate is Eral and Eral is hate. I just thought I needed to clarify that. The topic of the second part of hate's origin, or Eral's origin, whatever you want to call it, will be included in the comic series, which brings me to my next point, which is that I won't only be in the season 4 era, I'll also be jumping to the season 3 era and before that. I've cooked up a story that takes place from the pre-season era to the season 3 era, which I'm excited to share because I honestly think it could have its own series, but unfortunately I'll just have to squeeze in the important parts for it because I can't just have the whole thing, it would be way too long. So how this is gonna work is I'm gonna post these like pre-season 3 / season 3 parts in between the comic chapters. So, for example, when I post chapter 1, I will work on like the origin story after that, and then I'll post chapter 2 and then work on another. So I'd be like, I post chapter 1, then I do the origin story, post chapter 2, origin story in between chapter 3, origin story after that, and then you get the idea. Let's do that until the comic series is finished. Okay, so now it's time to talk about the antagonists. So how this is gonna work is there's a faction that, and I'll get into this during the comic series. I don't want to get into it right now because it might be too spoilery, but there's a faction and it's called the Black Dawn. So the leader of this faction is Miasma. If you've forgotten or you just didn't know, Miasma appeared in Kanashi's Origins. So yeah, he's just like a plague doctor. Now, what makes him interesting is because I'm pretty sure he has hate magic, since he seems to have like some opposite magic to kindness, so cruelty. He also appeared in one of Devour's short stories of the Dark Cloak, or sorry, Dark Figure. So yeah, he's the main antagonist, and he's also plays a very important part in like the pre-season 3 stuff. But again, I'll get into that later because it's gonna be too spoilery. So the character you see right here is Kai. So the interesting thing about Kai is that he's not from Meropis. Now, Meropis, that's like the place or con whatever that Glitchtale takes place in. So season 1, 2, and 3, it's all Meropis. That's like the whole, that's the continent, right? But that's not the whole Earth, obviously. It's only one place. So there's obviously other places, and this one of those other places is where Kai comes from. So, without getting into too much detail about him, the reason why he was sent to Meropis is because, actually, before I go into that, the important thing about him is that him and his kind, because it's not Meropis, they don't have soul traits. They have something else, which is, they're like element benders, so they can, you know, like the 5 elements, like the fire, water, earth, lightning, air. So he can use lightning, as you can see in the photo. And the reason why he was sent to Meropis, or not directly to Meropis, but just sent away, was because, as you can see, he is red lightning, and red is not a natural color lightning, because lightning is usually blue or white. So when he first unlocked his, like, trait, or not trait, like, well, yeah, element, his people of the village, they thought it was cursed, so they sent him away, thinking that, you know, they saved their village from, like, disaster or something. So, like, for like, a month or something, then he's, like, on a boat, sailing ocean, then they eventually reach Meropis, and then from there he kind of makes his way, and then he gets in the story again. It will all be explained in the like origins stories, so yeah, you can stay tuned for that. but he is important to the Black Dawn. He's like, I guess you can say the second in command, but there's a whole thing with him, so you'll see. Okay, next character is Grayson. So Grayson, he's a perseverance user, so he can spawn like the swords and the shields. And if attack lands, like slows down their healing abilities and stuff like that, so it's a good trait. So his placement in the Black Dawn. So without, it's not too much spoilers that I'm gonna say, because this is revealed like basically the start of the comic, like first, I don't know, like 15 pages. So obviously in season 2, Miasma isn't around because he's dead. And I guess I could say Kai's not around either. I could say that as well. So before Miasma is brought back to life and Kai, Grayson's like the in charge. So there's not too much to say about Grayson. To be honestly, these the next two characters I'm gonna say, they're not super important. They're like the sort of like head of the Black Dawn before Miasma and Kai return. But even with them, I mean, they're still like high ranking, but even they're not that important. I'm gonna be honest. They're really not that important, but I'm still getting them anyways, their information, all that. Okay, next character is Blake. So he's also part of the Black Dawn. He is a bravery user, and so he can use fire. He has very good physical strength. He's very strong. About the same ranking as Grayson, but Grayson is a little higher. Though, honestly, I would think that Blake might actually be a little stronger than Grayson, but I'm not too sure. But it's not important, though. So I guess his main thing is that he's just protective of his friends and all that. So you hurt them, you better get running, because, yeah, he's gonna be coming for you. Yep, that's about it. Okay, so this character is Isaac. He's also part of the Black Dawn. He's a patience user, so he has the strings. So the thing about these strings is they are incredibly sharp. So you get them around like your arm or any limb, and he pulls it, and it's gonna come off. Also, since he's a patience user, something he can do is he can teleport. So just like Sans, patience users, at least the stage 2 of their soul tree or whatever, they can teleport. So, and he can do it pretty fast as well. It doesn't need a lot of cooldown. To my knowledge, most patience users need cooldown. Like they have like a cooldown in between teleports. But the thing with him, his cooldown is like almost non-existent. Like as long as he's not tired, he can just keep teleporting like crazy. So very difficult opponent to deal with. Okay, time for the final part, which is a quick rundown of the plot. So, the Black Dawn existed for like, 1,000 years. It was created by Miasma, and of course all the followers, they follow him, so. Now Miasma has one clear goal in mind, but I'm not going to get into that because that's spoilers. Okay, so after season 1 and 2, after season 2, Isaac, Blake, and Grayson, so like the three like the main heads of Black Dawn at the time, because I say at the time because there's been like hundreds of leaders throughout like 1,000 years. So those three, they feel it's time to begin the reanimation of like Miasma and Kai. So now the Black Dawn, to complete the goal, they're collecting something, or things, I should say, it's plural. Now, I'm not gonna get into that, because I think that's spoilers. Even though it is kind of revealed earlier in the comic, I'd rather not get into it. So they're collecting things, and they've already collected some of them. They just need a few more, and so they feel it's time to finally reanimate Miasma and Kai, so the two like main leaders of the Black Dawn, even though Kai wasn't exactly a leader, but I'm just gonna say he is a leader. So yeah, and of course it's gonna be up to Kara, Iral, and everyone else to stop this major threat, because the threat is definitely real. And if the Black Dawn, they succeed in their goal, then the whole world just goes blank, nothing left. That's just kind of, but I don't want to get into spoilers, so you'll see when I finish whatever like the comics. I'm not sure when it's gonna be done. So for comic number 1, I am hopefully can finish that soon. The process has been going kind of slow, but I think I should be able to finish it by the end of the year though. So hopefully, like somewhere in December, I'd say I can upload it. And also, I think something important I need to mention is that This isn't just gonna be a simple comic. Like, I am actually gonna try to get some voices for this one. Now, I'm gonna see if it's gonna work. So, yeah, just bear with me, basically, what I'm trying to say, because it is taking a little longer than I thought. So, yeah, I guess along the way I'll do an occasional speed draw or something like that. And, yeah. In the meantime, just need to be a little patient while I work on this, because I'm busy with other things in real life, so I can't put my full attention to this. Unfortunately, it's not like the old days where I could. But yeah, that's basically everything. I hope you enjoyed this bit of, I guess technically it's lore. I don't know. I guess it technically is. So yeah, hopefully in about a month I'll have this comic done. And then we can start a series that I think I can actually finish, considering it's not animation. Because if I were to do this in animation, this would literally take me probably about like 7 years to finish. I'm not lying. Maybe, actually no, more than 7, like, no, probably 8. So, I'm gonna do that when I finish it. So, yeah, bye.